Hey, what's going on YouTube? Kdubz here, back with another video. Today's video I'm going to be giving you a guide on settings and sensitivity in Modern Warfare Warzone. So I'm going to be going over what I think the best sensitivity settings are and what I think the best settings in general are for like audio and all that. I'm going to be giving you guys a good guide to it so that maybe it'll help you out in your gameplays. And yeah, so in the background guys, you're probably wondering what's this gameplay you're going to be watching. It's going to be a 22 kill game that I got on a live stream the other day. It's a really good game guys. I could have uploaded it as a video by itself because it's a very good game. There's an intense fight towards the end. It ends up being a 1v2 situation. My entire team goes down. I got to clutch up for the 20 bomb. I get so crazy guys that I scream after clutching up. So it's a really good gameplay guys. Make sure to watch the whole video, and I'm going to be going over settings throughout the whole video also guys. Alright guys, so the first settings we're going to be going over, we're going to be heading over to the controller section. We're going to be going to BR button layout, and we're going to be changing default to tactical. So what tactical is going to do is it's going to let you crouch using R3 instead of circle. Now it automatically keeps you on circle whenever you start playing, so you're going to have to crouch and slide using circle, which means you're going to have to take your thumb off of your joystick just to slide and just to crouch, which is going to mess your aim up. And not only that, it's also going to make you a lot slower. Every time you try to slide, you're going to have to move your thumb just to slide. So we're going to change that where we use R3, which is our joystick, so we can slide and crouch a lot faster. So it's going to help you crouch spam during fights. You're going to be able to drop shot people, prone during fights, and you're going to be able to slide a lot easier. It's going to help you with slide canceling also. So that's the first settings we're going to change, and yeah. Alright guys, so the next settings we're going to be getting into is the dead zone setting. So dead zone, it doesn't explain it to you, but dead zone is this. Whenever you move your thumbstick, it's how much you have to move your thumbstick before your controller actually does anything. And basically they only added this in to prevent controller drifting. So what controller drifting is, it's whenever you're not doing anything, like if you just sit your controller, you don't move the thumbsticks or anything, and your controller will move by itself. So this will mess your aim up really bad, so they added this setting in to fix that. So if you're not getting any controller drift, just leave it how it is on a 0.05. So that's basically what you're going to do with that. And if you move it any higher, like the higher you go, the worse. So you don't want this to get really out of hand and really high, because the higher you go, the clunkier your movement will be. You're going to feel a lot slower. It's going to be a lot harder to make precise movements. So don't go really high with this. Just go high enough where you're not getting controller drift anymore. I keep mine at a 0.08 because I was getting drift at 0.05. Alright guys, so the next settings we're going to go really in depth on because they're the most important out of all the settings. Now we're talking about the X and Y sensitivity, or the horizontal and vertical sensitivity, and we're also talking about your aim down sights multiplier sensitivity. So these settings basically determine how good you're going to be at the game, how accurate you are, how good you are at reaction time and all that. And there's a big misconception about how you're supposed to use these settings and what you should play on. So a lot of people see all these players that play on very high, like 10, 20, and they try to copy that. Well, here's the thing guys. Warzone, you don't have to have that good of reaction time. You don't have to have that high of sensitivity. It's more important that you have very good aim. And the lower your sensitivity is, the easier it is to control recoil, because whenever you're going in to laser somebody from really far away, whenever you're on your thumbstick, the slightest of movements will make a big difference in how much you can aim, like that far away. It really hurts you with recoil control, which is really important for long range aim. So if you notice you're not able to hit that much shots, it's because you're playing on a very high aim down sight sensitivity and regular sensitivity. So I highly recommend lowering this, because a lot of players, not only me, play on very low sensitivity, and that's including like Nick Mercs. You'll see Swag plays on an 8, Nick Mercs plays on a 6, Korean Savage plays somewhere in between there. I think Ghost Aiden, he plays on a 7 sensitivity. So you really don't need that high of a sensitivity to do really good at this game. So I highly recommend lowering that. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the aim down sight part of this. So what a lot of people don't know about the aim down sights sensitivity is that it's just a multiplier of your regular sensitivity. So for example, if you play on a 20 sensitivity and you have a default aim down sight sensitivity at a 1, it's going to be a lot different than somebody playing on a 4 sensitivity and a 1 ADS sensitivity. So you're going to want to keep this, basically normal. Like if you play on a low sensitivity like me, if you play on a 6.6 sensitivity, then you're just going to keep this on basic. But if you really want to play on a high sensitivity, I recommend lowering your aim down sights sensitivity. Now, when you're lowering it, don't lower it by anything crazy. So if you play on like a 10 sensitivity, then maybe lower it down to like a 0.90 or a 0.80. You don't have to make that big of an adjustment to it, just a little bit of an adjustment. Because if you go really crazy, like for example, you play on a 20 sensitivity and you put this thing all the way down to like a 0.5 or something, it's going to be it's going to feel really crazy because you're going from moving really fast whenever you're not aiming down sights, and then as soon as you aim down sights, you're playing on like some super slow sensitivity. You're not really going to be used to that, and it's going to throw you off whenever you're trying to aim at people. So keep it kind of balanced. So if you were playing on something crazy like a 20, then maybe keep it on like a 0.70. Don't go below that, So that basically sums up aim down sight sensitivity and your basic sensitivity. So keep it low, keep it, simple. You don't have to overthink any of this stuff. Just keep it really low. Like if you're really new to the game, if you don't play the game that much, maybe go below a 6. Maybe try out like a 5 or a 4. Below that, like if you go to a 3, that's very bad. You don't want to play on that. You're not going to have any good reaction time. Like I said, reaction time is not the most important thing, but you don't want to just completely degrade your reaction time where you can't even turn around if somebody's shooting at you. At least keep it on like a 4+. 4 is what you start out on. Maybe go to a 5 or a 6. If you're feeling crazy, maybe 7 or 8. So that's what I would do for that, guys. And yeah, let's get into the next settings, which is going to be aim response curve settings. Alright guys, so I won't lie, I don't know that much about your aim response curve settings, but I keep mine on standard, and I know nobody plays on the linear one. So the linear one basically makes it where as soon as you move your thumbstick at all, it's already at your max sensitivity. And the standard one makes it where whenever you move your thumbstick a little bit, it gradually builds up until you fully lock out your thumbstick. So it makes you more precise. So that's the one I play on. That's the one pretty much everybody plays on. There's also another one called dynamic that I don't know that much about. I looked it up and they basically said it helps with snappier aim. So if you guys want snappier aim, if you want to mess around with that one and try it out, then by all means go for it. But I'm just going to keep mine on standard. That's what I'm used to. That's what most people play on, and there's not really much of a point in changing it. Alright guys, so the final settings we're going to be going over under the controller tab is going to be your aim assist settings. So for aim assist, there's 3 types. You got standard, focusing, and precision. So standard is what I play on, and it's what basically everybody plays on. So I recommend keeping it on this, but I'll go ahead and explain what the other ones do. So focusing is basically this. Whenever you're aiming in at somebody, there's this little gap. Even on standard, there's this little gap where whenever you're not on the target, it will still slow down. It's like a little bubble that slows you down before you're on target to help you out. So focusing expands that bubble. It makes it bigger. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it harder for you to hit moving targets. So I don't recommend this one. So if you're trying to track a car, right? Then if you're moving your stick, it's going to slow you down where you can't even get onto the car. Or if somebody's moving and you're trying to hit them, it's going to slow you down where you can't even hit them while they're moving. So I do not recommend this one. And then the next one's precision, which basically gets rid of that whole gap, that whole bubble, but it gives you more aim assist, but you're losing out on that little bit of slowdown whenever you're off target. So if you're a super accurate player, go for this one. But you got to be very accurate, and I mean very accurate. It's really good for snipers. I heard it gives you extra aim assist for snipers. It makes it more sticky onto the targets, and it keeps you locked on more with snipers. But I would stay away from this one too. It's not very versatile. So the next settings we're going to be going over is your audio settings, and I like to play on boost low. And basically everything else, I keep it normal. I turn down my dialogue and all that a little bit, but keep master volume at 100% for sure. But boost low basically increases footstep audio. It focuses on footstep audio. So it's a really good setting. It'll take a while to get used to, like maybe a day. Like I remember when a guy in multiplayer told me about this one, I was like, dude, it sounds like you're in a bathtub listening to the game. Like it's weird. It sounds like you're underwater. Like everything sounds muffled, but you'll get used to it, and then you'll start to notice that you can hear footsteps way louder. It's very important for audio. Highly recommend it, guys. So that's the last settings we're going to be going over, guys. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like on it, guys. It took a while. It took me like 3 hours, like going back and forth, editing out what I didn't like. And yeah. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, guys, if you want more tips and tricks. Make sure you guys let me know what you want to see in the next tips and tricks video, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I'll make a video on it for sure. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. If this video helped, then I'm glad. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to go ahead and let this gameplay play out. You're about to see the 1v2 clutch. It's very awesome, guys. I scream after this. It's awesome, guys. So see you guys. Peace.
Alright, deal up. Alright, get cover. No, there. Yep.
Shit! I'm taking fire!
Dominate.
Let them take out each other.
Go for this high ground.
Four targets are still out there.
Right.
Safe zone relocated.
Where at, Snipes?
Heartbeat.
All up to you.
You guys got this.
Oh! The king!
GG. Win in trio, let's go.
You sound like you just beat Mike Tyson in the fight.
A bit of overhype, but it was fucking lit.
Don't you ever doubt me to me and say today's not the day. Every day's the day.
Ass Crook gonna be mad about that.
Freaking throat hurts like a mother effer after screaming like that.
22?